And good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Herbie's Community Cooking Corner for September 9th, 2025. And today we are going to be making apple slab pie. And leading out to this, well, kind of helping me, I guess we've done a kind of a role change at the last minute, so we'll talk more about that in a minute. First of all, we've got some fabulous people helping out. First of all, on the hosting side, she's promised not to sing, so that's good. And that would be Cindy LeBon. And on the Clubhouse and stream side of things, we've got the one and only Bouncing Bell in the club. Yeah! And if you want to learn more about Bouncing Bell in the club, then come to karaoke nights every Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And, yeah, but in the meantime, we've also got the Spider Woman, a.k.a. Heidi, and good morning, Heidi, and how are things in the web?
Little chilly up here today, but I expect there'll be some food flying around at some point.
Oh, that'll be good. We don't want you to starve.
No.
But you've got the winter months coming up.
Yep.
Do you have any tricks for anybody on how to store flies, for the wintertime, for any insects or anything like that so you don't starve, or do you just
wrap them up tight, put them in a nice cool area?
All right.
There's only one thing I know.
Well, there you go. More than you wanted to learn on the cooking corner, how to store your insects for the winter time.
Freeze-dried.
Freeze-dry. Okay, that works too, yeah. All right. Well, start catching your food now, so, yeah, all right. Well, in the meantime, we're going to do apple slab pie today, and Heidi is going to read out the recipe, and I will tell everybody how we put it together.
Alrighty. So the ingredients that we're going to need is 8 apples, and it says Granny Smith are preferred. We're going to need 3/4 of a cup of sugar. We're going to need 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. We are going to need 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. Teaspoons of cinnamon. We're going to need salt to taste. We are going to need orange zest to taste. We're going to need 2 14.1 ounce 2-count refrigerated rolled pie crusts. And we're going to need vanilla ice cream, and that's optional for to taste for serving. So first thing you want to do, Herbie, is you want to preheat the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit.
All right, 400. So let's do that right now. And I'm going to come over to the oven, and there it is now set to 400.
Okay, so now you're going to peel, core, and chop the apples into about 1/2-inch pieces.
So that part I did last night because it would take forever, and I did get the Granny Smith apples. I really should have just gotten the individual apples because I got now this bag of apples where I have extra. But, so what I did is I used a peeler to get the peel off the apple first, and then I carefully cut around the core. And if I could tell there was sometimes core left in the apple because the core, is a very kind of a different texture than the apple itself. It's a little bit harder, a little bit rougher, kind of like might have little holes in it. So, and then what I did, because I can, is I put them all in a bowl. So I chopped about 8 apples. And then I put them all in a bowl, and I also I let them put some cinnamon in them. Just so, extra flavor and all that. So they've been setting in the cinnamon overnight.
Okay. So in a bowl, you're going to mix the chopped apples with the sugar, the cornstarch, and the cinnamon.
All
and
right.
the salt.
So how much sugar again?
I believe that was 3/4 of a cup.
I believe you are right. So I'm going to get down my sugar container.
And the orange zest if you're using it.
And that I did not. I was not able to find the orange zest, so hopefully that won't affect things too much. Interestingly, I would have had better luck at Walmart, but that's okay because I used my other grocery store this time. So we're going to get out my measuring cups. I store my sugar in a container so I can keep it sealed and all that type of thing. Do I have my 3/4 cup by chance? Let's see here. Because then I can be lazy. You know how it goes. And, fine, I don't. But what I actually am going to do, and I should have thought about this last night, but that's okay. I have the apples right now in kind of a regular bowl, but I'm going to move everything over to a mixing bowl. And that way, I'll have an easier time working with everything. So, let's see here. And I've got everything falling, which is not good. There we go. And with that, let's now use our 3/4 cup. So I have a 3/4 cup somewhere, but it's not here at the moment, so rather than worrying about that, I'm just going to use my 3rd cup and scoop it out. How do I know that my measuring cups are what they are? Well, there's a number of ways. You can have dots on them, like 3 for 1/3 and 1 for 1. Mine, I've got a set here that are on a ring, and so they, of course, are in chronological order when they're on the ring. Biggest, next biggest, and so on and so forth. So we know that the big one is 1 cup. Then after that is going to be a 1/2 cup, 1/3 cup, and 1/4 cup. So there, I've now poured them from one bowl into another. So I created a little bit more work than I needed to, but that's how these things go. And now we're going to do our sugar. So that's how I know which one is which. But I also have a set of measuring cups from Blind My Smart that go all the way up to 2 cups. And one of those is a 3/4 cup. But I could spend more time looking for that. But I'm going to get things moving on here. Okay, and 1/3 cup of sugar. I just scoop it out. I'm not being too precise about the amounts here, so it's a little bit over the top. But, you know, that's okay. Okay. So I'm going to put the cornstarch in a second, and then we'll see if there are any questions after that. But how much cornstarch do we need?
Hang on 1 sec.
3 tablespoons.
3 tablespoons.
3 tablespoons. All right.
I've got Nick helping me too, so I've got the directions, he's got the ingredients, and then we can work all together.
All right. So I am now going to, and I think I mentioned this, I did get the Granny Smith apples since that's what they recommend. And Granny Smith are, it's interesting. So we're reading the WWW series from Robert J. Sawyer, and that's going to be he's going to be interviewed on Main Menu later this month. But the main character in there did not know that there was green apples. I don't know how she didn't know that, but okay. What?
Nothing. She's a super smart genius, so give her some slack.
Oh, she's a super smart genius, so give her some slack. Okay. All right. So, fascinating series, though. We're on the second book. And, well, I have my opinion as to how she should have done things. But that's a whole other thing. But it's about a girl that gets the gift of sight. And gets a lot more besides. Anyway. So, yeah, I guess if you're super smart, maybe you don't know that there are red and green apples. Me, I'm a dummy, because I knew it at least for sure by the time I was 6, so, wow, I guess I need to join the Dumb People's Club or something, so. Anyway, cornstarch. Okay, this cornstarch is, but so the Granny Smith are the green apples. That's what I was originally going to say.
The poison apples. The poison apple looking ones.
And what was that?
I said the poison apple looking ones.
Yep. Okay, so I've got a 2 tablespoon measuring set here, and two tablespoon set. And it's interesting, I confused a box of cornstarch the other day with pancake mix, but the air fried chicken fried steak turned out pretty good anyway, so that's good. Okay.
Wow. Interesting new invention.
Yeah. Okay, so putting in the third. So the cornstarch this one came in a box. I prefer the one in a container, honestly, that has the lid, but beggars can't be choosers. Alright, I'm going to put this in a Ziploc, and it'll stay sealed better that way. Alright, let's now turn things over to our hosts and moderators and whatnot and see if we have any questions.
Yes, you do. All right, Abraham, you're up.
Hello. So red apples are the ones they use for poison apples in
Oh.
Snow White, anyway.
Oh.
I googled it for people who don't like apple measurements and prefer cup measurements. It's 6 cups of apple to 8 medium Granny Smith apples. These apples differ in sizes, and yeah, anyway. How big pieces did you chop them up into? And,
I chop them into very, very small pieces.
okay, and
I think it's a preference thing a little bit.
how did you, I must have, I didn't hear what you said, how you stored them after chopping them last night.
I just left them in the bowl, and I put some cinnamon on them so it could soak into the apples a little bit.
Oh, I would have added a little lemon juice so they don't all, go brown and yucky looking.
No. I mean, it was late last night, like 11,
Yeah.
so they've not
Okay.
been out very long.
And then, okay, I thought you added sugar as well,
Yes.
which I would not recommend because it probably get all watery.
Well, we just added the sugar
yes.
just now, so.
Oh, yeah, okay. And I think that is all. Yep.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Who's next?
Okay, Petra,
Yes, ma'am.
you're up.
Good morning, everyone. Herbie, I'm just curious. If it calls for 3/4 of a cup of sugar, why did you use a 1/3 cup instead of 3 1/4 cups?
Because I did. I like sugar. I should
I
have
know,
used.
but 1/3 isn't as much as 3/4.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, you need 2/3 to be close to 3/4.
Yep. No, actually, then we'll add in a little bit more sugar.
I was
Yep.
just like, if
I
you
should
got
have.
a
I should have used the
1/4
fourth cup. Yes, but you know.
Okay, that was my question.
But you see, my intelligence level is low because I know the difference between red and green apples. So, There's really no hope for me, guys. What can I say? What?
We still love you.
Well, thank you. All right, do we have anybody else?
Yes, we do. Mel has somebody in Clubhouse.
I'm guessing it's Melissa. Yes. All right, so hold on.
I'm going to fix it.
Yep.
I just didn't want to shout on air.
Yeah, no, I get it. Hold on just a minute. Okay, so go ahead and repeat your question. Yes, right now I'm putting the ingredients in the mixing bowl. Yes. In this case, I'm not. Because I do have braille measuring cups, but I also have a set that are on a ring. And so I can tell. Well, yeah, you can. I'm just saying because they're on a ring, I can tell just by the size of the cups which one is which. Because they go in consecutive order. You know, this next size cup is going to fit into the bigger cup, so that's the half cup. Then the third cup's going to fit inside the half cup, and the fourth cup is going to fit inside the third cup. Does that make sense? So if you have them on a ring, I mean, if you want them brailled, you definitely can, but when they're on the ring like that, then to me at least, it's not necessary. But again, personal preference. You can get braille. Oh yeah, you can definitely get braille measuring cups, and I have a set that don't even have the holes for a ring. So.
Hey, you ready, Herbie?
Yep, I'm ready.
All right, Allison.
Good morning, Kirby. First, I have two questions. First of all, as a totally blind person, how do you tell the difference between Granny Smith apples and Fuji apples and all the different apples? And second of all, how did you preach your oven to 350 degrees? How do you mark your oven?
Okay.
So you know it's at the right temperature.
Good questions. So first of all, there is no way to tell the difference between Granny Smith and all that. But there are ways to still differentiate. So one, you can buy them at separate times, so that way you know that. So let's say, like, for instance, I got Fuji apples from Walmart last week, and I put them where I put my apples normally. And I just got the Granny Smiths the other day, and I put them in a different part of the fridge, so I'd immediately know where they're at, so I could just get them. And so that's how I knew. And it also helped that I'd eaten out of the other Fuji bag of apples anyway, so it would have less apples than the Granny Smith. If you're going to get them both at the same time, see if you can do something like get the individual apples for one brand versus the other, because they're probably going to be bigger. And then get like the bagged apples for the other brand. So that would be the other way you could tell a difference between the two. I don't know that AI is sophisticated enough to know the difference between two different types of apples, but you could definitely try it. No guarantees, though, on what you're going to get.
I think the Granny Smith also have more of a smooth, kind of a waxy texture on their skin, rather than kind of a porous skin. They are a little harder, and sometimes you can smell the differences between the apples.
All right. I never really tried to do that, but yeah, okay, that's good to know. Also, as to the second question, that really depends on your oven because mine is a dial, so I know the position of the dial.
And ours has buttons. So when you turn on to preheat our oven, it automatically starts at 350. And then there's an arrow for up and an arrow for down. And every time you hit one of those buttons, it goes up by 5 degrees.
All right. And glad to know, Celeste, that Granny Smith are your favorite apples. Make sure you include them in your fruit salad, and if you don't, then put them on top of your chicken enchiladas. All right. Who is next?
Hey, Abraham, I believe you put your hand up again.
Yep.
Ibrahim.
I thought so.
So, Granny Smith is my favorite as well, and Tidy's description for telling the difference is excellent.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then the recipe just says sugar. From what I read from the ingredients, I would have used brown sugar personally, because I think that would go
That would
nicer.
be too.
Yeah,
That would be good.
caramelly, the caramelly taste with the
Yeah.
apple.
I never even thought about that, but
Neither did I. Thank you.
Hey, you don't have any hands right now?
I don't have any hands. Well, what am I using them
Well,
to
I mean,
hold
you
this?
may. No hands. Ha ha ha.
All right. Well, very good. Okay. So now that we've mixed the sugar and the cornstarch together, what do we do next? Well, I need to stir it, but
With the apple.
yep.
And the salt. Put in a little bit of salt and mix all of the apples with the cinnamon, cornstarch, salt, and sugar.
All right. So we're just going to add in a tiny bit of salt here. The salt is not for flavor; it's to make sure things kind of like firm up.
Just says salt to taste.
And yeah, you can. Yep, Celeste, that's correct. If you didn't have apples in the apple pie, I was gonna say no. Granny Smiths though, they are really tart. At least the ones in this country, but like from when I had them in England, they were a lot better tasting. So yeah. Okay. So now we're going to... Ooh, I'm going to have to break my rule here. I normally prefer to use a metal spoon, but it is a stiff mixture. So I'm going to switch to a longer wooden-handled spoon. There we go. So for this, contact isn't important anyway because we're not cooking and I don't need to feel the texture. But, and like I said, normally though I do prefer to use regular spoons, but the mixture is so stiff and it's you're so into the mixture that something with a longer handle is going to work better for this. All right. That, I think, will do. All right, so now what?
All right, so now on a piece of parchment paper, you're going to stack two of the pie crusts on top of each other.
All right.
And you're going to end up rolling it out. So it's going to be probably 2 long pieces next to each other would probably be best.
Yep. So, yeah, this recipe, it's a good thing I checked it out ahead of time because I realized I was going to need to get 2 pie crusts for this, so that's okay. So I'm going to get out a cutting board and put the parchment paper on it. And Alright, so the parchment paper I'm using for this is on a foil, like one of those, boxes that you unroll, and the box does not have good perforated edges, so that's frustrating. Okay, so I've got pie crusts here, and I just need to find where I put them. There is one. Okay. And the box is longer than the actual pie crust. That's how that goes. Okay. So, each pie crust is in a separate package. So, I'm going to, let's see, do I need scissors? We'll find out. To open the package. Pie crusts are a very tricky thing. And yes, so Celeste is asking, parchment paper comes in the same type of box that you would get for aluminum foil and shrink wrap, and yes. And the box could be a little bit sharper in my opinion, but that's okay. Okay, pie crust number 1. I didn't get the Pillsbury brand. I got a HEB brand, which is proving to be a good decision because it's proving easier to find the edges of and unravel. Okay, so yeah, we put these side by side, don't we?
Each other. You want to put them on top of each other, Herbie.
On top of each other. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
That's what I thought originally.
Yep. Stack them on top of each other.
So the pie crust, the first thing you got to do is find the edges and then kind of roll it out. It is not always the most stable thing to work with because they are very thin. And so, like, one of these crusts have a hole in it.
It won't matter right in the next step, so.
Nope. So I'm just making sure these are kind of evenly stacked. And, alright. There we go. So I've got both pie crusts rolled out. Now what?
Now you're going to roll the pie crusts into a 17 by 12 inch rectangle.
Okay, so we're going to get out the rolling pin here and try to make these into a rectangle. Unfortunately, these are more like a bit wider than a rectangle, but that's okay. There's a reason why I cook more than I bake. What can I say? But there, these have been rolled out. So I was just using a rolling pin to flatten them out. They were already flattened out to begin with, but I actually wonder now if it meant for you to put the crusts on top of each other and then roll it out instead of like flattening them out and then. That's interesting how what they might want, but that's okay. All right. Now we put the filling in, correct?
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. The lattice part. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut this dough rectangle into 3/4 inch strips diagonally.
All right. That's right. And let's check before we go on further. Do we have any raised hands?
No, you do not.
All right.
Now you do.
Now I do. All right.
All right, Ibrahim, you're up.
How did you measure whether it's a 17 by 12?
I have no idea if it is or not.
I have an idea.
What?
If you have a 9 by 13 pan, you could. It's kind of shorter on the one side than the 13,
Yeah.
and half of slightly shorter than half of double.
Well, since we're gonna cut these anyway, yeah.
So is the whole lot of it cut? Is there nothing left? No, the bottom is not left unlatticed.
Nope. Nope. This is just for the top.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So you're doing strips
Okay.
for the top and you're just doing flat for the bottom.
Okay.
Okay, we have a hand in Clubhouse.
All right.
Hey, Belle, go for it.
Yep. Well, we rolled it out into a rectangle, or I tried to anyway. And now I'm going to cut it into strips. Yes. Yep, well, you'll find out, so just stay tuned. All right, anybody else?
No, sir.
All right, so I'm going to try to cut these into diagonal strips. Thankfully, these are very easy to cut. I don't know if the strips will actually be diagonal or not, but I'll tell you, this is not a recipe I'd be making every single day. It is one of those, it's gourmet cooking. But I'm going to make some long strips for this.
Herbie, you do have two hands. I don't know when you want to take them.
I'll take them.
Okay, Karen, go for it.
Good morning. Just to let you know, there's also yellow apples, golden delicious apples. So color-wise, now we've got 3 colors of apples.
I did not know that about the yellow apples. Okay.
Yeah, they're better just for eating, though, because even though it says they're crisp, to me they're a little bit softer, and they have a little bit more sugar in them, I believe.
Yep.
But I don't think they're quite as crisp and hard as to cook with. But you can, I mean, but they're good. And the second thing I was going to say, if you actually use a pizza wheel, if you ever have one and you use it, that is really good for cutting lattice strips of dough.
All right,
Because
well,
it's
let's
just
try
a
that.
wheel. Boop.
All right.
And that's what I had. Thank you.
I did know about golden delicious apples. I did not know that they were yellow, but all right.
Okay, Abraham.
And then you also get Pink Lady. But that's not what I was going to say. It's actually say to cut diagonally,
Yes.
or
Yes.
just strips.
Cut diagonal
weird.
strips.
I don't think I'd ever waste my time making a lettuce apple pie. It's just so much effort. Yeah.
Well, the pizza cutter definitely is better.
Yep.
I'm just cutting them into strips. I'm not worried about whether it's diagonal or not, but I don't think it's going to matter in the long scheme of things.
It's all gonna taste good.
Yep.
Yep.
Herbie, do you want another hand or want to wait?
Yep, we'll take another hand.
Okay. Oh, now you got two.
All right.
Okay, Julie.
Hey, good morning, good day, everybody. Yeah, so Herbie, I don't know if you care about this or not, but the reason they're telling you to do the strips on these is to let some of the steam out when you're cooking it. That's why they're telling you to cut those, because
Right.
you're going to have a lot of moisture once that goes in the oven because of the fruit and stuff that's goes into that. So that's why they're telling you it's just a way to let the steam out.
All right.
It makes you feel better about it. Maybe it doesn't because it's frustrating, but
It
that's
does.
why.
Well,
they're telling you to do it.
I'll try to place the strips diagonally on the thing, and that might help too. So.
Yeah. But that's all I have for you.
All right. And who
Okay,
else?
Herbie. Abraham, he's back.
Cutting holes also lets us do out in a normal pie anyway. I might not be in the next 10 minutes. Cinnamon sugar to top a dry pie crust. Or what? If it doesn't ask for that, I would do that.
Well, the cinnamon and sugar are part of the mixture itself.
Yeah, if you top the pie with that, it adds an extra crunch and flavor.
Yeah, no, we don't actually, but
Yep.
Would be tasty though.
Yep. All right. Any other hands?
Well, I'm going to say no, but, when you
Yep.
say no,
You mean yes? I get it.
that means yes.
It does.
But
All right, Heidi. What do we do next?
Says roll out the remaining 2 pieces of crust. And you're going to place the crusts on a 15 by 10 inch baking sheet.
All
so
right.
you're going to do the same thing.
So one thing I'm confused about with
same
this
set
recipe too, did
steps.
it mean for you to cut the crust in half, or did it mean for you to get multiple pie crusts? But for this, we've got multiple pie crusts. And so we're going to get out the cookie sheet. And put some more parchment paper on it too.
Yep. So you're going to roll it out just like we did with the first set.
Yep. That's what we'll do.
And that one you're just going to put on the cookie sheet.
Yep. So I'm going to play it safe, though, like I said, I'm going to put some parchment paper on the cookie sheet.
Sounds good to me.
All right. So I wonder then, does it mean for us to use 1 or 2 pie crusts for the bottom part?
Yep.
Two. That's what
So you're going to, like you did the last time, and roll them out.
That's what I thought. Okay.
But that one you're not going to cut.
No. All right. There's my other box.
Herbie Abraham has his hand raised.
All right, let's get to him.
Just a question for Heidi. Do you, once the bottom crust is rolled out, do you dock it to...
It does not say to.
Oh, weird.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so I'm repeating the process of getting it. Each pie crust comes in a package within the box of 2. I'm just repeating the process of getting it out.
We may try it with the brown sugar version and see how
Yeah.
that comes out. We bought regular sugar, but that brown sugar trick might just work, depending on how much brown sugar we have.
Okay, this one is wanting to stick just a little bit.
Herbie, Karen has her hand up.
Right, and Celeste, first of all, is saying she's more familiar with brown sugar being an ingredient in the apple pie. So, well, all I will say then is, Celeste, is just make sure you do your apple pie recipe just about midnight. Okay. Karen. I think you said it was Karen.
Yes, I did.
Okay. A little tip for keeping your parchment paper on your cookie sheet. Because, it's annoying that it just doesn't fit right.
Yep.
When you put it on your cookie sheet, where the 4 corners are, cut at the diagonal towards the corner from the edge of the paper to the corner of the pan on all 4 corners. Take it off. Put a couple of drops of olive oil, spread it all over the bottom of your cookie sheet. Put that parchment paper back on, squish it down there, and it stays. That's my tip.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we now have 2 pie crusts laid out. And we're just going to kind of put them together a little bit. And we can roll it out to make it a bit flatter, definitely. Why not? It's really funny. I don't know. All right, so you hear about getting wrecked with a rolling pin, but everybody, for some reason, when we got married, seemed to think that Chanel was going to hit me with a frying pan. Like 2 different people made references to that, and I don't know why. I've been one in the kitchen, first of all. So, okay. What do we do after, do we put the filling in now?
Yep, spread the apple mixture onto the pie crust on the baking dish, on the baking sheet.
All right. Part of me wonders if I should have used a little bit more apples, but, well, actually, no, this is a good amount. Okay. I'm just getting some of the excess sugar and stuff out of here.
No granule left behind.
Nope. Well, we have the No Child Left Behind Act, so how about the No Granule Left Behind?
Hey, no problem there.
All right. And there we go with that. Well, all the apples came out there, so now we gotta put our strips on top, I do believe.
Yep, form a lattice on top of the
Form
pie
lettuce
crust.
on top. Wait a minute, what?
Yep, you're gonna form. Yeah, you're gonna put those strips on to form a lattice over your pie.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't know why I want to put a lettuce over my pie, but okay.
And you're gonna tuck those strips inward underneath around your edges.
Okay. You know, folks, there's a reason why I don't bake. This is a lot. It's definitely a lot of work. I don't know how they did it back then. It used to be you had to make your own pies. You couldn't just buy them from the store.
I get that one.
And yeah, I agree, Celeste. Lettuce belongs in garden salad, not pie. But they're telling me to put lettuce on top of the pie here. Oh, lettuce! I don't know why I was thinking lettuce.
Well, we're making dessert. I guess you're making an appetizer too.
I guess so.
Hey, Herbie, Karen has her hand out.
Yes.
So you're not weaving the lattice, am I correct? You're just laying it on top?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so if you've already rolled it out to supposedly the same size, as a visual person, I could see how it works. As a non-visual person, and that's how I'm totally trying to think, why would you not just pick up your lattice cut pieces on that parchment paper and just bloop, plop it right over on top, take the parchment paper off and do all the tucking and knucking, and then it's done?
Yeah, I
That
could.
might be a thought.
I mean, it said to tuck it in, so that's kind of.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah.
if you just parchment over, take the parchment off, then you can do all the tucking.
Well, yep.
But that would make it maybe a little easier, but I don't know. We're going to follow your directions.
I mean, I'm following. I'm just following the directions of the recipe. I don't. When it comes to baking, I don't know sometimes where to be creative and where to, follow the strict letter of that's.
Yeah,
But
sometimes you just got to make it your own.
I think that's a good idea, though, for just doing that with the parchment paper.
Herbie, you have a new hand up.
All right, hang on just a second, folks.
Okay, say when.
All right. We're going to put this in the oven, and then we'll get to any questions, comments, hate mail, that type of thing.
Oh, goody.
All right. So now we're going to put this in the oven and set the timer for 1 hour, and then, oh, we're going to do better than vanilla ice cream. I've got intense chocolate ice cream.
35 to 40 minutes.
All right.
It says bake until crust is golden brown and cooked through about 35 to 40 minutes.
All right, computer. Hey, Google. Set timer for 35 minutes.
Okay, 35 minutes. Starting now.
Serve warm with ice cream.
Yep. All right. Now we will get to questions.
Okay, right on time. It's 10 minutes or 50 after. So we want to Rachel.
Hello. Um, my question is, do you have to necessarily do those strips on top? Or can you skip that?
That's what the directions tell us to do.
Yep.
It just seems complicated.
Pies
Again, I
can
think
be.
it's for visual appeal too.
Yep.
What, Heidi?
I said I believe it's for visual appeal too.
Oh, that could be. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right.
That's no more hands there.
So Celeste saying chocolate ice cream sounds good on apple pie, and she's also heard that cheese sounds good on apple pie. I don't know. That just seems a bit weird to me, but I know people have done it. I guess if you really want more of a savory element, you can do that, but I don't want my apple pies to be that savory. Okay. So we're about to wrap things up here, guys, pending, of course, any more questions. I just placed it directly in the oven. I don't do anything. I just face the oven heat head on. I don't duck it sideways. So Celeste saying if you have a professionally baked apple pie, you'll see how the crust is on the bottom and on the top, and that's how they do that. So, all right. Anyway, guys, just want a quick reminder that for those of you listening on the stream side, if you've not joined us on ACB Community, what's keeping you? Make sure you send an email to community@acb.org and include your name, email address, and say, please, 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 add me to the community list. You want all those pleases in there. Okay, maybe just one, but... So make sure you do that and you'll get a listing of all the calls that are happening, including Baking with Celeste. And she just found out about this call where she'll talk about baking and all that. And she probably won't bake for you, but yeah. Funny how you get drafted. No. But, oh, she's not saying no. All right. Well, that's a good start anyway. So, what else have I got for you? So, like I said, there's plenty of other calls happening today. We've got the ranging from Braille Room. We've got Tuesday Topics. We've got cats, and more cats. And that's what we were talking about before the call started. Stray cats. And apparently, some people, those stray cats will do the stray cat strut into their house or whatever. And there you go. And the cats will live till they're 17, those cats. And yeah, if you don't know what I'm talking about, then you need to get up with your 80s music. All right. So, we got a lot of calls happening today, and then
Crochet as well.
Crochet as well, yep. And then tomorrow, I think, is Recipe Swap. And then we've got the Chat Cafe and a whole lot more. Now, next week, and I don't think I have the recipe for this yet, so...
Do in a bit.
Okay. But we're going to have buffalo chicken soup cooked for us by Karen, so looking forward to that. And no, I don't think it's going to be actual buffalo meat. I do believe it'll be the buffalo sauce, but you never know. Buffalo and chicken. Interesting combination there. But that's what we're going to have next week. And in fact, let's take a look at our remainder of the schedules here. And Jonathan's saying, yeah, you could use a pan as a substitute for a rolling pin if you want. And let's see. Instant Pot recipes on the recipe swap tomorrow. So make sure you tune into that on Media 5 or come on Zoom. Okay. So, taking a look at our remainder of the schedules. Zucchini bread with Heidi and Nick. And Snickerdoodle coffee cake with yours truly on the 30th. So that's what we got for you all. So that'll be interesting about the zucchini bread. I've had fried zucchini. Don't think I've ever had the zucchini bread, but... And looking at October, air fryer cube steak starts us off in October for the 7th. Lemon honey chicken in the crock pot on the 14th with Heidi. Pineapple dump cherry cake with Julie on the 21st. And honey mustard chicken thighs with veggies with yours truly on the 28th. So that's what I've got for you all for the next couple of months. And we will take it from there. Okay, so I'm about to wrap
things. We have a hand before you hang up. I'm sorry, Herbie, to interrupt you.
Yep, well, I was going to ask if we had any hands anyway, so...
okay, I'm sorry.
To the punch.
Okay, Karen, you're up. Go ahead.
Okay, I am looking forward to cooking next week with you. It's buffalo chicken soup is going to be delicious. No buffalo in there except for the buffalo on the jar of buffalo sauce. But no cooking of any buffalo. It is chicken. But I just want to put a little teaser out there. There may be a little surprise recipe as well.
All right.
That's my little teaser.
Well, that's good, because the problem is when trying to deal with those buffalo, I discovered a while back you cannot roller skate in the buffalo herd. But you can be happy if you want to, so anyway.
You have two more hands.
I have two more hands.
Yes, you do.
All right.
Okay, Donna, Ms. Clark.
All right. I didn't hear anything pumpkin in there when you were talking about what you're going to do next. No pumpkin. Why?
Well, this is an apple pie.
Well, no.
I have done. Okay, I will tell you. So I have done pumpkin pie in the past, and
it doesn't have to be pumpkin pie. It could be pumpkin something else.
Well, we'll do something pumpkin for November.
But I'm not.
Okay, that'd be great. Because man, I tell you, I had some pumpkin spice knots the other day at a pizza place. They were amazing.
All right.
So see if you can find some recipe for pumpkin spice knots.
Pumpkin soup? Okay, I don't know about that one. Celeste is saying that. I tell you what, if you want to make it...
Pumpkin spice knots.
Yeah, that sounds a lot better. But Celeste, if you want to make pumpkin soup, but I'm also thinking we should draft
I didn't say that at all.
Yep. But I'm also thinking we're going to draft Celeste for 7-layer bars that she was talking about to me a minute ago. As she was saying, you can also use the side of a glass as a rolling pin, indeed, as she used to crumble graham crackers for 7-layer bars. So, this could get interesting. Let's see if we can get you one for November there, Celeste. And
plenty of openings.
Yep, there is plenty of openings. So I will look for pumpkin spice knots, and if I can't find those, then I'll figure out something. We'll find something.
Get anything. Yeah, cookies with chocolate chips or something. Yeah,
yep.
Something pumpkin.
I've had pumpkin pasties before. I'm just not a savory pumpkin.
Will you have another hand?
All right.
A newbie, Megan. Go ahead, Megan.
Hello, my name is Megan. I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm new. I
No.
love your cooking class so far.
All right. Well, welcome. Glad to have you on board. So are you like, have you had experience cooking, or are you learning?
I've had experience cooking. This is very interesting though. I've lost a lot of vision, so I kind of wanted to come on here to see how, you guys do it. I don't know, I've lost a lot of vision, so I wanted to see if there was someone like me that was cooking because, I'm having to kind of start all over again a little bit.
All right. So first of all, and I think it's on the Herbie's Cooking Community Cooking Corner YouTube channel. One of the shows we did is cooking without, cooking with vision loss, and that was a panel that we had a while back of several people who have lost their vision later on in life and had to learn how to do things again. I will definitely, I'm definitely willing to help you, of course, but one thing you do need to know is I've never lost my vision to begin with. I've always learned how to, so all my cooking has been from a blind perspective, so I can't make any,
Perfect.
I'll be able to make some sighted references.
Yeah.
I had 20/20.
Oh, wow. Yeah, well, I'm doing really good. I noticed, obviously the more you do something, the better you get at it. So,
Practice will make perfect, definitely. And, don't be afraid to start small. Maybe maybe you may not want to start with like frying things on the stovetop until you get a little bit more comfortable with flipping, or yeah, I will definitely give you a lot of techniques, and just there's different people that will do things differently. And there's so like I'll give you an example of like the oven, for instance. I like to have my I like to face my oven head on.
okay. I heard that in your, I heard that.
Yep, but there are some people that will tell you, no, 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 don't do that. Face your oven sideways so you're not directly in the heat. There are people that will tell you to move your oven racks. I am totally against that idea. I think it's better to know where things are all the time. Having a constant. It's almost like math in a way. You have your constant X, and
Yep.
so the oven rack I think should always be in the same place, so you know where you're aiming for every time. But there are some people, because of their vision, it makes it a little bit harder for them to do that type of thing, and I can't relate to that not having any vision. So, depending, you're going to get a lot of tips and different ideas, and you're going to have to figure out what works for you. So,
Okay.
definitely,
Thank you.
yeah, but definitely glad to have you on board. And, I don't have current stuff uploaded. I've been meaning to do that, but you can go to the Herbie's Community Cooking Corner playlist on YouTube, and you will find plenty of my past calls. They're all audio, no video. And if it's not up there, I will make sure. But I think I did upload it a while back. But the cooking with vision loss one might be up there.
Thank you.
And you can get in touch with me as well.
Yeah, and Celeste makes an interesting point. She's saying if she stands by the store sideways, then it's a matter of the oven's in my way. So yeah, I like to just head it, but but if you're afraid of the heat, that can be a challenge. But I've known people, and this has caught me by surprise a little bit because I did not know that this was a fear of people. But I've learned that there are people who are afraid of just the simple toaster. And that was something I knew how to deal with even as a kid. So there's just so many factors that can affect how you do things. All right. I can keep rambling on here. But do we have any other hands?
No, you do not. Well, you know how it goes.
Yep. Well, I want to... All right, well, I want to thank everybody for coming, and yep, Celeste saying we all knew how to make Pop-Tarts in the toaster. Mine was blueberry waffles. So it's just me or... okay, yeah, blueberry waffles. That sounds good right now. Okay. I want to thank you all for coming today, and looking forward to the buffalo chicken soup with Karen for next week. And... all right, and Celeste first learned how to make s'mores Pop-Tarts. Those are pretty good. I'm fine with eating those not toasted. But anyway, I want to thank you all for coming, and hope you were able to get something out of the call today. So yes, this recipe is a little bit visual in nature, but so you can adapt to it. But I do think you want the vented crust on top at least, and you want to be able to let off some steam. So, and this will be interesting too, because I've never done a pie with a double crusted recipe. So we'll see how this all comes together right now over me. And oh, wait a minute. Anyway, folks, I will see you all next time. I want to thank Cindy for hosting us, and Bouncing Bell in the Club for clubbing it today. And not as hip, of course, as it is for karaoke night, but this is probably just a good warm-up. And with that, last call for hands.
Okay, come on, everybody. Wait till we hang out.
Cindy's like, hey, I want to keep hosting this thing. I don't want to go. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing a good listens.
Yep. And Cindy, I'll just say we've had a lot of... Cindy LeBon has been on here making popcorn. Belle has been on here making spaghetti. And
I've got some other recipes I can do.
All right. Well, if you want to be a part of the Cooking Corner, get in contact with my secretary, Heidi, and she will put you down. We've got openings in November. So we will take you under our wing. And Megan, if you get confident enough to where you want to cook one day in a public setting, let me know, and we will talk about that. And oh, yeah, we've got... No, that's right. The November isn't fully open because that's when we got Kayla with Cheez-Its for the first week. So.
Yep. But I think most of November is open.
I have a recipe.
You have a recipe? All right.
Yeah, I got one for
you. Know how to get in touch with me.
I know. I'll get you.
All right.
Okay.
Well, careful. The spider might get you instead, but, you know. All right. So, Cindy, we're going to have Cindy LeBon for November. We will have something pumpkin-related. Probably I'll do that the week of Thanksgiving. And we'll also talk about Thanksgiving dinner that week, too, as well. So that'll be a lot of fun. All right. Well, folks, don't forget a different kind of apple is happening today, the Apple event. And that's going to be at 1 Eastern, 10 Pacific, noon Central, 11 Mountain, and like 9 Hawaiian. So find out what is cooking over there with the iPhones and the iPads and the watches and the Macs. And Bits will be having a discussion on it tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. So you can learn more in-depth information about that. Or if you missed the Apple event or just find it hard to follow, then that's also another great thing to do. And I've still got to work out my Apple Bites for this month. Since Bits is doing an Apple overview, I'm not going to duplicate them. So, yeah. Anyway, on that note, folks, we're just waiting for the apple pie to come out of the oven, and I will let you all know next week how it turned out. So, on that note, Cindy?
Yes, sir.
You may... end the room, and I will end it here on the clubhouse side.